Hey guys, sorry it's been a while. I've been playing with my Kun for almost a month now, and I have to say it's leaps and bounds better than the AYANEO 2. That 7840 AMD chip does its job with that 780M on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run some tests on battery life for running retro games. So I'm going to test 3 different emulators today. I'll be testing PlayStation 1. I'm going to test GameCube, and I'm going to test Dreamcast. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick 2 games each, and I'm going to run them for probably about, I'd say, 3 hours each, and then I'll just stick it on time lapse on there, and we'll see how many minutes it lasts. Generally, what I was pre-testing, most things will run about 6 hours, some a little bit longer, so we'll see how it goes. I'm running 50% brightness on it, 1920 by 1200. That Kun will go up to 2560 by 1200, but you really don't need that resolution for retro games. So, I mean, 1920 by 1200 is pretty high too, but I'm gonna run most of them probably 1080p, and we'll see how it goes. And I'll hopefully this will help out some of you guys with whether you want to purchase this or not, because I'm going to be taking it with me on a really long plane trip, so I want to make sure that I get plenty of time to play on the plane with it. So that's why I'm bringing this to you guys, and hopefully you like it. And I'll get going here in a couple minutes. So this is my setup. I've been working on a long time to finally get it to where I really like running everything. I did not upgrade to the 7500 BIOS or 7500 memory BIOS on this yet, just because according to AYANEO it's just unstable. So, and I feel like you don't really need that extra boost. So I'm at 98% battery life right now, 50% brightness. I'm gonna turn Bluetooth off just because it's gonna use up a little extra juice. What I use, my front end is CoinOps, so CoinOps collection. It's probably my favorite little front end right now. So I'll go over, let's do PlayStation, and it's running Swan Station on this build. It's not my favorite, but it works. So yeah, we're gonna do Crash Bandicoot here. Go find that. And I'm running it in widescreen, so there is gonna be some cutoffs on the side just because these games weren't designed for widescreen, and I got the widescreen hack on, so it is cutting it off a little bit, but oh yeah, other thing is I am running it on retro game, so the max TDP it should draw is 11 watts. So I'm gonna try and keep it running about that. We're draining about 10 watts just sitting here right now. And it's running 1920 by 1200. We're hitting 60 frames a second. What I'll probably do is just play a little bit, and then I'll just let it run. Let's see what the battery life runs down to. Yeah, you see that those borders where it's not drawn in, and that's because the game's not designed for widescreen. So I might just turn the ultra wide off on these games just so you don't get that graphics that's not drawn on the outside. See if I can get rid of some of that glare here, guys. So as it's sitting there right now, it's pulling about 10 watts total. It says my estimated battery life's about 481 minutes, which is pretty darn good. 481 minutes, it's like, what is that? About 7 hours. So yeah, I'll play this one little intro, and then I'm just gonna let it sit here for 20 minutes and see what that battery drain is, and I'll try and make a estimated as far as how long the PlayStation games will run. I'm gonna run this game, and then I'm gonna run some Gran Turismo 2. There we go. All right, so we're running about 12 watts. Says we have about 389 minutes left. I'm gonna do 389 plus the 30 minutes that I let it sit there. About 419 minutes. So hour-wise, just about 7 hours. So that's impressive. 7 hours on a PS1 game, 50% brightness. I mean, that's definitely gonna last me my plane ride. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and charge it up, and I'm gonna test one other PS game. I think I'm gonna do Xenogears, just because that's gonna be one I'm really gonna be pretty much playing. And I'll be back. All right, guys, welcome back. Next up is I'm gonna put on Xenogears. If you guys have never played that game before, get it over there for you. Very awesome game for a role-playing game. I think it came out 97, just after Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy Tactics. Might have been 98. I could be wrong on that, could be 92. I'll have to look it up. Anyways, so I got to charge back up to 99%, and I'm gonna start playing that, and we'll start a 30-minute timer and zero it out. Or not zero it out, but... Okay. So, yeah, I was super impressed with how it did with Crash Bandicoot, so I will start with this one up. I mean, if you get 6.5 to 7 hours off this device on a 75 watt-hour battery, like, it's pretty amazing. But what I'm going to do too is I'm going to get a battery pack. The trick with these guys, and I think it's the same with the ROG or the ROG Ally and the Lenovo Go, like all the things all have to have a 65 watt minimum power delivery. So that's one thing if you're going to get a battery pack for these, is make sure you get a 65 watt minimum power delivery through USB-C. So something I didn't realize, so now you guys can know if you make a purchase, just make sure it's 65 watt. Okay guys, I'll get going on this. Thanks. All right, so we're gonna start out 97%. It's saying we're gonna be just drawing about 11 watts right now. I'll just continue off one of my games here. I'll get that glare out of the way again. Anyways, yeah, if you guys have never played Xenogears and you're an RPG fan, especially for like Final Fantasy series, like, talk about a fantastic game. Like, definitely check it out. So far it still says pulling about 10 watts. And I am on retro right there. We are at, it says here about 8 hours and 17 minutes, but I'll guess it's gonna get pretty close to about the same as Crash Bandicoot. What I'll do is I'll try and go like outside or something, and we'll see if we can find a good spot to let it set for 30 minutes. This poor little drunk guy here. Alright guys, we're showing 451 minutes, which is basically seven and a half hours. So if we add that extra half hour on there, with this sat here, we're running about 8 hours. So yeah, I'd say between 7 and 8 hours for PS1 games. And I can always do a full amount, so drain it from beginning to middle and see where exactly that 8 hours lands. But with the 75 watt hour battery, that seems pretty good. I mean, we're still drawing between 10 and 11 watts. That's it with this game, so pretty on par with each other. Let me get out of this. Alright guys, I'm back. Let me start up my CoinOps collection. And now we're gonna try the Dolphin emulator with good old Wind Waker. I still have it on retro. Still gonna have it on retro. Max is probably 11 watts. I think I got a save state I'll pull up here. Alright guys, it looks like, let's see, we just hit 30 minutes. We're gonna be 294. So that's running about 13 watts. And we're gonna run almost 6 hours. So about 330 minutes. Not fantastic, but I mean, that's still quite a bit. 5.5 hours on an 8.4 inch screen. Alright, I'm gonna stop it and I'll charge this bad boy back up and we'll go to another game. I'll see you in a few, guys. Okay guys, we're to do some Mario Sunshine now, and we're still using GameCube. Rebooted, we're back up to 100% battery and pulling about 11 watts right now. Okay guys, so we're running about between 14 and 15 watts. To 14, and we're at 5.8 hours. Almost 6 hours again. That's about right. $350 minutes. It's right on par with Wind Waker. Alrighty. Now we will Alright, guys, we are back again. We're gonna start some Dreamcast games. We're gonna start with Sonic Adventure 2. Running 100% on battery. It's pulling, like I said, it's funny, these things pull about 11 watts just sitting here, so. We're running in retro. We're gonna leave it in retro and see how we do. Let's see what we got here. 338 minutes. Plus the 30 minutes we've been sitting here. 368. We're just about 6 hours and 15 minutes on Dreamcast. It looks like we're between 11 and 15 watt draw again, so pretty comparable to GameCube. So we'll continue with our testing here. Next, I'll have to dig through my games real quick. I'll see which one I'm gonna do next. All right, thanks guys. Last test for this video is going to be Resident Evil Code Veronica on Dreamcast. Start her up here. Still got it on retro. Max TDP 13 watts. We're at 100% battery life. Get that glare out of there. Right now it's drawing about 12 watts. It's flickering between 12 and 13. But running 30 frames a second, 1920 by 1200. Alright guys, so on this particular game, I'm getting about 7.5 hours on it, just a little over 7.5 hours. So 460 minutes, pretty close to that. So I'm pretty happy with that for Dreamcast emulation. I mean, you look at ROG Ally, and generally on like PS1 and GameCube, stuff like that, you get about 4 hours. At least that's what I read. So almost twice battery life with this guy. So I'm gonna exit out of this and I'll get back on video here. Thanks for watching, guys. All in all, the AYANEO Kun, I'd have to give it A+ for battery life. I mean, they did excellent job bumping up that 75 watt hour, especially compared to the AYANEO 2, which, I mean, you're lucky if you got 3 hours anything out of. I mean, except for some of the retros, you get about 4 hours out of that. And that's pretty much on par with the ROG Ally and the Legion Go. With these bigger screens, like this one's got an 8.4 inch screen on there, so that's going to use a little bit more juice just to keep it running. But I'm going to do a second video on the higher end, so I'll do PS2, PS3, and Yuzu, and I'll go over some stuff on that, on what the hours are on that. Like looking at Yuzu right now, running Tears of the Kingdom. Looks like it's about just 5 hours sitting here like that, and that's at 30 frames a second. So, but yeah, I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. But keep a watch out for part 2 if you really want to dive a little deeper into this guy. But I definitely recommend this if you are into long bouts of doing retro games. Like it's amazing. I've had a great time with it. Anyways, hope you enjoy, guys. I'll see you next time. Like and subscribe for sure. It takes a little bit of work to do these videos, and I'm getting a little bit better. Anyways, thanks guys. Bye.